Canby, welcome to the City Council meeting for August 21st, 2013. Please stand with me as we say the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now a moment of silence for our armed services and foreign service in harm's way. Thank you. You may be seated. To update everyone, the council started meeting tonight at 6 o'clock in an executive session to discuss the performance evaluations of a couple public officers, and now we are in our regular public session. Do we have any communications tonight?
None. No
All
communication.
right. And none from City Attorney?
No, thank you.
All righty. Tonight's your first opportunity for citizen input and community announcements. Tonight we have some Boy Scouts in the audience, and I'd like their Scoutmaster to go ahead and introduce themselves to us tonight.
My name is Sean Hawkins, Scoutmaster from Troop 400, and we've got Glenn Level here and a couple of other scouts with us tonight, and just here to observe and see what you guys do. So, appreciate being here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Righty.
Glad you came.
Thank you very much for coming tonight. And we also have Bev Doolittle tonight.
It's kind of like Cher. She just writes Bev.
She
That's
just-
the,
The card just says Bev.
Yeah, it takes too long to fill it all out, so.
You're on
knows who
record,
I am.
right?
Yeah.
She can find you.
knows, yeah, she knows where to find me. My name is Bev Doolittle, and I'm the Executive Director of the Canby Chamber of Commerce. And for those of you that don't know, this weekend is Canby's big weekend. And it is a very, very large weekend of activities within Canby. And starting with something new on Friday night, we are having movies in the park. So Canby Telecom and CTV5 have partnered and are going to be showing the movie Goonies. So this is a first for Canby, and we hope that it is something that continues on and that the families come down. This is free. We will be selling popcorn and water and keeping it very simple so that we could clean up the park, and we're letting nonprofits take that responsibility on and use it as a fundraiser for themselves. So we'll see how this goes, and moving forward, we'll see what the next movie is. So come down at 7:45, the movie should be starting, and we'll go from there. So then Saturday morning, the Chamber does a blueberry pancake breakfast in the park, and Councilor Dale and Hensley both are working at it. We'll be flipping pancakes and serving, so I appreciate your guys' volunteering for that for us. It's from 7 to 10 in the park while everybody's getting ready for the next big event, which is the car show. So they're expecting 400 or 500 cars in and around Waite Park this weekend. Lots of activity going on. This brings in there's not just one driver with a car, but there's usually two people that come in, and then the families that come in, and all the other clubs that want to come see these cars. So it's a huge, big activity for downtown Canby. And along with that is the Swan Island Dahlia Show, their festival. This is opening weekend for their festival. And they bring in thousands of people all week. The Chamber has been having phone calls for people wanting to know where they can stay. From LeGrand, from Spokane, from Eastern Oregon, or Eastern Washington. So lots of people heading to town for this big event. So around town, you'll see in different businesses this bright green, and I've given each one of you this, and a list on the Chamber's office or website, and I believe the city has it on theirs too, of all the activities that are going on there. So we have our annual quilt and fabric show. So that's just a walk around for you to see at Knights Elementary School, which is if you're tired of looking at the cars or want a bit of a change, go over and look at the quilts and see what's going on in there. First thing in the morning is the Canby Dahlia Run, and it starts at the New Life Foursquare Church. And speaking with the organizers this afternoon, they now have more people registered online that they had at the whole event last year. So we're going to reach 500 people just coming to run this event. They do a really good job in organizing this and getting sponsors for it and hosting this event. So they've got international people coming from other states. So they bring in a lot of people from out of town to this event. So we're trying to get them, after they're done, come down, eat a pancake, look at the cars, look at a quilt or two, and enjoy what else is going on downtown. Canby Livability Coalition does a big community garage sale. So they've been looking for donations for the last month or so. And it is on Holly, down close to Territorial. So they're getting people coming from the Dahlia show, coming in that way to stop there and just shop and see what there is. If you have a donation, just leave it. There's a sign in the driveway. It's at Joe Marie and Tim Stewart's house, and they've got a sign there. Just leave your stuff and pick up a paper if you need a donation slip. So bring it in and be a part of that. With the cruise in, we have an art walk that's going to be taking place. The Canby Arts Association hosts that, and it will be going on in Waite Park while the cruise in is going on. So enjoy some of our local artists and what they have to offer. As always, the Canby Saturday Market, so lots of really good berries and peaches and nectarines and corn and that kind of stuff. Tomatoes are out right now, so go get your fill for the week. Parsons will have their annual tent sale, so lots of great bargains there to be had. This is a new one this year, the Dog Cruise In, and it's a fundraiser for Thelma's Place. So lots of activities for you and your pal. One of them is a costume contest, so dress them up, bring them down, and walk them around and let them enjoy what's going on also. The Flower Farmer has the Wine, Basil, and Art Festival going on out there. Lots of things. This brings in a lot of people into our community, and we're really excited to be able to show it off. Our community looks beautiful right now, all the baskets, the flowers. We're definitely the garden spot and hope to be able to promote that and get people to come back. So, any questions?
No, I just think it's a sign of a vital community that this thing keeps growing.
It does, yeah.
And picking up new populations like the dog walk.
Sure. Yeah.
That picks up a whole new set of folks that will
Yeah.
come. And I've been hearing the same thing you have about the people from out of city and out of state for the Dahlia Run.
Are you running it, Counselor?
It's beyond my
Is your
reach.
wife- is your wife
My
or-
wife will be doing it.
Good,
but I
good.
top out at 5K.
Okay, okay, okay. So, and I forgot, once you're done with the pancakes, Rotary is doing hot dogs and hamburgers in the park, and they start at 11 to 2, and the cheerleaders will be doing root beer floats again. So that's, come get your fill, walk around, enjoy what you're doing, and enjoy Canby.
Great job.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, truly Canby's big weekend.
Yeah.
Is this citizen input time?
This is
It
citizen
is.
input time. Tonight, we are honored to have with us Clackamas County Board of Commissioners Chair John Ludlow and his wife.
My wife Maureen, yes, we came out tonight. This is my area of outreach. We have many of those. Each of the commissioners, you well know that it's on a 6-month rotating basis. I have you until after Christmas. And so trying to make the rounds, and I just want to put out there that contact by you or really any citizens in regards to the commission business, you can contact me at the county offices and or at jludlow@clackamas.us. So it's pretty easy to send me an email, but I'm out just making sure that there isn't anything really festering or in need of direct contact with the commissioner that we can take before all the commissioners and or a department head to see if we can ameliorate the problem. So anyway, just saying hello, and I'll be watching and and observing and admiring you for volunteering for the job you're doing. We get most of our work done during the day, so in the evenings we come out to events like this. But I really was amazed at the report you just got about what is going on here. I often come in town. I came out for our first Friday at Councilor Hensley's suggestion, and I have an art form. I tie balloons, and there wasn't enough clients, I call them, around to really help out, but it was great fun. I'm glad to see so much activity. It's happening so fast for you, because those tourism dollars are darned important, and we know that at the county for sure. But any kind of help I can get any of you, let me know. I know Brian's missing, but I talked with him the other day just to make sure he knew I was coming. And I appreciate the job you're doing and the hard work you put into this. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
John.
John. Thank you.
Any other citizen input?
Bob? No?
All righty. We'll move on then to mayor's business. The mayor had to be gone tonight. He sends Canby his regards. So we'll move on to councilor comments, starting with Councilor Hensley.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to thank Chair Ludlow again for coming out for our first Friday. I'll do what I've done since last meeting first. Yeah, not as many clients as we had hoped for, as he calls them, children tying balloons for, but we had a good time. I also had the pleasure of introducing he and his lovely bride to Pudding River Chocolates. So that's where we ended up for our end of First Friday festivities. Since the last meeting, I also went to the Bridging Cultures. This is a few weeks back. I missed the first meeting of August. But I had to say, I had some of the best carne asada I've had in a long time at that Bridging Cultures event. So if you get a chance to attend one of their picnics at Locust Street Park, I definitely encourage you to partake. I also caught 3 of 4 of the Slices Summer performances. Again, a wonderful event we do in Canby every summer. 4 Sundays in the summertime. Wonderful event. We had some great entertainers come out for the Canby Music Boosters. Also had the pleasure and honor of being a participant in the music auditions for the Indie Backroads project. I got some great feedback. I unfortunately was not able to attend the taping of the pilot, but I'm looking forward to future episodes. I've gotten some great feedback. I think this is going to be a fantastic project, and what it can mean for Canby is I think, going to be extraordinary. Took in and participated in the Kitty Caper Parade again this year. This time, Councilor Ryder joined me walking the Kitty Parade and tossing candy to the children as we opened up the Clackamas County Fair, of which I was there 4 of 6 days. So I was a regular attender, working some booths and helping out our good senator. That covers that, but I do have a couple of announcements on the Main Street front. Main Street Promotions Committee, we're getting a Kiss Summer Goodbye dance party going. It's going to be Saturday, September 7th from 4 to 8 p.m. in Waite Park. It will be sponsored by Canby Main Street. There'll be a beer and wine garden. Councilor Parker will probably love to partake in that, or are you going to be dancing at the dance party?
I'll help out at the beer and wine.
Oh, okay. No dancing. Well, we'll see. And there'll be music, food, crafts. It'll also be family friendly, so it's not just a beer and wine garden. There's plenty of family activities that'll be going on for that day from 4 to 8 p.m. And on the Main Street Design Committee front, we are looking for volunteers to serve on an Arts and Cultural Advisory Committee. So if you're interested in being on an advisory committee for arts and culture, that will be an advisory committee to the design committee, then contact Jamie Stickle at the Canby Main Street. That is my report, Mr. President.
All right.
Thank you, sir. I'm an associate volunteer with the Canby Rodeo, and I'd just like to report we had a very successful fair and rodeo, very good attendance, terrific weather. Everyone had a lot of fun, and on the opening night, one of the highlights was there was an arena record set in the barrel racing, 16.38, which is just phenomenal, and it was just a wonderful part of our community. Secondly, thank you, Bev, for that nice report. I'll be volunteering as a car show judge. I've been doing that for the last 4 years and really enjoy that. Also wanted to say that in the Canby Herald, there's a nice insert on the Canby Big Weekend if you don't have access to one of these little green flyers. Also coming up on Monday, I'm a liaison to the Planning Commission. We have a meeting on Monday the 26th. And then coming up on September the 13th, I'm liaison to the Traffic Safety Commission, and we have a really good bunch. We're working hard to come up with some good traffic safety solutions, and that's all I have.
All righty. For my report tonight, I likewise attended the Indy Backroads taping. Very interesting experience to watch a performance in the round, to watch 3 performers who had never met each other before all accompany each other. Very unique format, and so we're hoping for great things, that show will be successful and come to Canby. Likewise attended the Clackamas County Fair, Rodeo, and Demo Derby. Got to see Councilor Coleman in action, along with the
At
rest
the
of the
demo
fair
derby?
board. Not at the demo board, but seating everyone and giving directions. It was a great derby. We got to see a live physics demonstration of what happens when a 1972 Cadillac Coupe de Ville...
77.
Was it 77?
He was there. He was
And
there.
it rear-ended at full speed.
Toyota Tercel.
A Toyota
Tercel.
Tercel.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Physics in action, boys and girls, and through the air. So I want one of those Cadillacs. It was very good. On the Canby utility front, Bonneville Power Administration is increasing the price of wholesale power by 9% and transmission rates by 11%. Canby Utility has to roll with that increase, and so they are in their rate case process right now. And we're looking in the neighborhood of about a 7.6% increase in our power bills. That translates into just a little over $5 a month for the average residential consumption. So you'll hear more about that. You'll see more in the paper as that rate case proceeds. And that concludes my report.
2 items. One for policy geeks who appreciate moving from concept to reality. The Main Street sponsorship of the KISS Summer Goodbye actually puts the Main Street program now into a position that we've long envisioned, where instead of just helping coordinate and support, but it actually begins its own promotions. And this is a big step, and I think a first step down the road when urban renewal funds will no longer be available, that it'll need to become a self-sufficient organization, that it'll be able to support itself. So that is a big step. The other thing, and I'm keying off of something that Bev said when people were calling her office asking where to stay. This weekend I walked 1.5 blocks to Ackerman to observe the soccer tournament, and was asking people, where are you from? And a bunch of people were from Washington State. And I said, where are you staying? And they said, we're staying in Wilsonville overnight. And Chair Ledlow, I know the county has changed its policy on funding feasibility studies, but through its tourism development fund. But any technical support you can give us, that I really think that the last study that was rolling around Canby on feasibility of a hotel did not include the fairgrounds, did not include the sports events, and didn't include the rodeo. So I would consider that a flawed study, that the potential for overnight, I tend to think, is there. And certainly anecdotally, coming in from Portland on the night after the rodeo, I just saw the stream of headlights, and I was thinking, wouldn't it be great to have heads on beds here in Canby? And certainly Joan Monin for her Hair Fest said the same thing. The people kept saying, where can I stay? So again, when I go to these events like the soccer tournaments, and I see these license plates from Washington State, the profundity of my 18-year-old son saying, Dad, you know, if Canby had a sales tax, we could have cleaned up this weekend. You could have built any bridge you want in this city. That's my report.
Councilor Ryder.
Okay, I'm the liaison to the Canby Area Transit, and they canceled theirs board meeting for the month of August. And then I was unable to attend the library board meeting because I was volunteering at the Arts Center there at the Clackamas County Fair. And boy, it was amazing, the art that they had there, all different ages, but I was definitely impressed with 7 years and under. They had one picture there of a Bengal tiger that just had the head profile, and half of it was in just pencil, regular pencil, dark, and the other half was colored pencil that was, it looked like a painting, and you get up real close to it, and the hairs were individual. It looked like, I was wondering, did they have some kind of graphic designer, computer design or something, but they actually verified that this was done by 7 and under, and it was just unbelievable. It should have had the highest award in the whole place, but there were a lot of others that were just very excellent, and got to meet a lot of people that were from Canby as well as out of state and out of country. Noticed that especially on Wednesday night when I attended the rodeo, and for the first time on Wednesday night, every one of the bucking bunkaroos rode their horse to the completion of the buzzer. They all had to get different points for style and everything, but also at that same time, the bull riding, I was really amazed that 3 riders this time. Last time I saw it, none of them made it. And this time 3 riders made it to the buzzer. And so that was really an exciting experience. Also, I got to attend the Indies Back Road concert, and I was really thrilled with the talent that these 3 individuals performed with, and heard songs that they wrote themselves and sang, and so they were the first time I'd ever heard the songs, and they were just very, very professional, and so I'm looking forward to seeing the actual filming of this later. I know it's October, November, somewhere in that time frame, I think. And so that's my report. Thank you.
All righty, thank you, councilors, and that concludes our liaison reports. Now moving on to the consent agenda, we need a motion.
Mr. President, I move we approve the consent agenda, which consists of the approval of minutes of the August 7th, 2013 City Council work session and regular meeting.
Second.
It has been moved by Councilor Hensley and seconded by Councilor Coleman for the approval of the minutes of the August 7th, 2013 City Council work session and regular meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes 6-0. Excuse me, 5-0. Get our count right. And now on to resolutions and ordinances. The first one is Resolution 1171.
Yes, first resolution 1171, this is adopting the city council values and goals. This was actually brought to the council last week. Some changes were made and it was brought back for adoption this week.
Right. And just as a little bit of background, the city council periodically sets for itself goals, and that forms a framework within which the city administrator and the department heads will establish their departmental goals. And something a little different this time around is we put special emphasis on having values as well. So we have values that help drive our goals, and then that's the framework for the rest of the city to do its goals. And we also have put emphasis this time around on dovetailing in Canby's community visioning process that we went through. Any other councilors care to make a comment?
Compared to past efforts by this council, this was more robust, that we participated in it more. I believe there was one year where we just said, okay, whatever we said last year will be okay for next year. We really took it apart and reassembled it, so I appreciate that.
Anyone else?
Move that we adopt Resolution 1171, adopting City Council's values and goals.
I'll second that and thank the council for the last meeting, taking a look at that and incorporating some of the changes that were
that were suggested. I wasn't able to be here, but I did send an email, and I see that a couple things were tweaked. Not just things that I had asked, but others as well. So taking a minute to revisit it before we adopt it was appreciated.
All right, it's been moved by Councilor Ryder, seconded by Councilor Hensley, to adopt Resolution 1171, adopting City Council values and goals. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next, we have Resolution 1172.
Yes, this is codifying and compiling certain existing general ordinances for the city of Canby. This is a housekeeping resolution. Once a year, we bring to you all the ordinances that affect the municipal code to codify them, and that's what this is.
And we need a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve Resolution 1172, codifying and compiling certain existing general ordinances for the city of Canby.
I'll second that.
It's been moved by Councilor Parker, seconded by Councilor Hensley, to adopt Resolution 1172, codifying and compiling certain existing general ordinances for the city of Canby. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next, we move on to new business. First topic is amendment to city administrator employment contract. Kim, do you have anything additional on that?
Nope.
You want to say? All
Just
righty.
need a motion for each of those.
All righty.
Choose to adopt them.
It's on page 16 of your packet, and we need a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve an amendment to the city administrator employment contract.
I'll second that.
Been moved by Councilor Parker, seconded by Councilor Coleman, to approve an amendment to the city administrator's employment contract. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next, we have an amendment to the municipal judge's employment contract on page 17, and we need a motion.
Mr. President, I move we approve the amendment to the employment contract for the municipal judge.
Second.
Been moved by Councilor Hensley, seconded by Councilor Ryder, to approve the amendment to the municipal judge's employment contract. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. That concludes new business. We now move on to city administrator's business and staff reports.
I have nothing.
President tonight.
All right.
That's it.
And from our city attorney?
No, nothing for me
Nothing.
either, thanks.
Moving on to one more chance for citizen input tonight. Anyone? Boy Scouts? It was only 30 minutes. Glad to have you. Anything you'd like to say?
We sometimes go till 10, so
We're all
you picked an
freezing up here,
you
though.
picked an excellent night.
We're very glad that you were able to be here tonight. And now it's time for action review.
You have adopted Resolution 1171, 1172, and approved employment contract amendments for the city administrator and municipal judge.
All righty. There is no executive session now needed. We've concluded our business there for the night, and so I need a motion to adjourn. It's been moved by
I
Councilor
second.
Ryder, seconded by Councilor Parker, that we move to adjourn. Any discussion?
No.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Good night, Canby. Thank you. Have a great week.